Hi everyone, Sandra here from Ultimate Backyard. Today, let's talk about how to grow onions right here in Australia, step by step. Growing onions is easy, and they require minimal care once planted. There are different types, so choose based on your climatic zone. In Australia, onions are mostly a cool crop. Best planted in autumn and winter, but the best type of onion to choose will depend on where you garden. If you're in the southern states, you can grow all types of onions, including white, brown, gold, and red onions. But in the northern states, focus on early season onions as daylight hours don't change much there. Now, let's talk more about the different types of onions. Early season onions need about 10 to 11 hours of daylight for bulb formation. Mid-season varieties need around 11 to 14 hours, and late-season varieties require about 15 to 16 hours. There are also daylight-neutral varieties, where daylight hours don't impact bulb formation. Next up, when to plant onions based on your climate. In a cool climate, plant in autumn, winter and spring. In a Mediterranean or temperate climate, autumn and winter are your best bets. In a subtropical climate, stick to autumn. Remember, if you're growing from seed, check the seed packets for the type and best time to sow. Now let's dive into planting onions. Again, start with a sunny spot and soil enriched with compost. If the soil is friable, which means easily crumbled, it helps the bulbs form and grow larger. The best way to plant onions is directly from seeds. Create a shallow trench about 6 millimeters deep. Scatter the seeds evenly and cover lightly with soil or seed raising mix. Before we move on to how to care for your onions, I just wanted to ask that if you are finding this video helpful, please click the like and subscribe buttons. It's the best way to support us. Okay, back to the video. Keep the soil moist, but not wet for germination, which takes 4 to 14 days. Once the seedlings are about 10 to 12 centimeters tall, thin them out to about 10 centimeters apart. This avoids overcrowding and allows bulbs to grow well. You can also buy seedlings from a garden centre. Plant them in a prepared bed, spacing them about 10 centimeters apart. Cover lightly with mulch and water with seaweed concentrate to avoid transplant shock. Now, how to care for your onions. Keep them well watered, especially if you've added compost to the soil. Apply a liquid seaweed solution every 2 to 4 weeks, but avoid nitrogen-rich fertilizer as it promotes green growth over bulb size. Onions generally take 6 to 8 months to mature, but you can use immature bulbs early for their green growth. Harvest when the foliage wilts and dies down. Just dig up the bulbs and let them dry in a warm spot until the outer skin is papery. Lastly, let's touch on onion pests and diseases. Poor bulb development can be due to incorrect planting time or nitrogen-rich fertilizer. Rotting bulbs might indicate fungal disease, so rotate your crops. And that's it. I hope you found this guide helpful. If you have any questions or want to share your onion growing experiences, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching and happy gardening!